Well, today is the day, the start of tax filing season is here, and most of us are already getting our W-2s and other tax filing documents in the mail. Saw it this weekend. The tax deadline just a few months away, April 17th, and you know they always say don't wait until the last minute.
That's right. So today we're helping you get ready. Andy Phillips, the Vice President of the Tax Institute at H&R Block, joining us live now. And what should people be doing right now to prepare for tax season?
Hey, good morning, everyone, and thank you for having me. So what's important for people to know is as we head into tax season, as it officially opens today, is probably first, that if you're otherwise ready to file, it's important to go ahead and file early. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, it's kind of obvious. If you're due a refund, you want to file your return as quickly or early as possible, as soon as you're ready, so you get that return processed and get your refund money back to you as soon as possible. Here's the other thing. Unfortunately, identity thieves, and breaches are just so ubiquitous these days that a lot of our personal information is out there on the dark web. And so the sooner you file your tax return, you prevent bad actors from filing a tax return in your name, which can have devastating effects on your situation with the IRS if it does occur.
Yeah, I was going to actually ask that about scams out there. Anytime you have money involved and you have a lot of paperwork that people don't track very well, it introduces the opportunity for scammers. What is your warning to people out there who may not pay as close attention to these things as they probably should?
Great question. So first, I talked about the identity thieves and just one tip to help you get ahead of them. But then there's like these too good to be true scams you may see out there, particularly on social media, talking about that you can claim a tax benefit that seems like, gosh, I really don't think I should be eligible for that, or I'm kind of looking around and I can't even tell that it exists. Those you really need to watch before you take any action related to your taxes, like taking a tax credit you've never claimed before. Make sure you're checking a verifiable source or speaking with an expert. For instance, you can check H&R Block's Tax Information Center on our website, full with good content that helps you understand, is this something I really should be claiming on my tax return? But that's something we've seen really pop up the last few years with people trying to promote fraudulent tax schemes.
People are always wondering, what's the best strategy to get the most out of your return? Your advice on that?
Yeah, well, first, I think it's important for people to know that life changes equal tax changes. And a lot of times people have a major life change and they don't think about that, or don't account for it on their tax return. Maybe they got married, or they had a child, or somewhere in their family went back to school, and they don't realize they're leaving money on the table and they don't account for that. In fact, every year, millions of taxpayers leave billions of dollars on the table in missed refunds. Just a simple example, 1 in 5 eligible people don't claim the earned income tax credit. So here at H&R Block, we have both a maximum refund guarantee and 100% accuracy guarantee when you file with us for the current year. And for free, we'll look at your last 3 years tax returns. We call it a second look. We're going to look and see if you left any money on the table, or maybe have an outstanding compliance issue from the last 3 years as well.
And you touched on this earlier in your first statement, but it's probably worth repeating for all the procrastinators out there, and there's a lot of us, the risk that comes with waiting too late to do your taxes, because a lot of people wait late.
Yeah, I mean, you get in a rush. You may forget things. Another thing to think about is a lot of the people that delay either don't know what their outcome is, or they know they're going to owe money. Here's the thing. Even if you file today and you owe money, you still don't have to pay to the due date until the due date. So if you file your tax return today, you get an idea of what you're actually facing. You're not left with this surprise right at tax deadline. So you have time to plan for it. Maybe you take a short-term loan, or maybe you get a nice surprise and you don't owe as much or actually have a refund. But the point being is you want to know as early as possible so you can make a plan to handle what you're facing.
All right, Andy Phillips, thank you so much for your insight on this. Yeah, folks need to get those taxes done as soon as possible. Don't let April creep up on you. Thank you for your time.